Today is May the 4th, 2023, and to many people that's unofficial Star Wars Day, so to coincide with that, Xbox Games with Gold has Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, which is the not quite remaster, but the update to Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer. And it is free for, I think, the next 26 days. So if you have an Xbox Live Gold subscription, definitely recommend checking this one out. It's similar to F-Zero in some ways of the gameplay, but if you just like racing games, regardless of if you like Star Wars or not, I definitely recommend this game. So first I'm going to show you how to change and view the controls of this game, since it would be difficult to probably find a copy of the manual and see what the controls are, because there are some things that you need to know for this game. So first you can either go to free play or tournament. Tournament is your story mode. You can upgrade the different pod racers, unlock more pod racers as you go along. Free play is just to get used to the game, which I recommend trying free play first. Also, you can do that from here where it says practice, play without saving. But no matter which option that you choose, either one of these empty slots to create a new game mode or not, to view the controls, you'll select your racer, select the racetrack, continue, and here it says main menu at the top. Now again, this is kind of confusing, especially the way games are structured nowadays, but all the way here at the bottom you want options, and then here you can either, it will say racing by default, and you just use left or right on the left control stick to change this. But it says Y button preview, so I'm going to push Y button to preview. I'm going to do the racing first because that's what the default is. And this is how you see what all the buttons do for the default one. Now I highly recommend playing Classic, so I'm going to show you Classic here. This is what I'm accustomed to playing from the Nintendo 64, where on the Xbox, Y, X, B, and A buttons correspond to the C buttons on the Nintendo 64 controller, and this is just a lot more ergonomic. You don't use the right thumbstick to roll. So I prefer Classic. Classic is the way to go. You can do some of this other options here. So I'm going to exit. I'm going to start race. And this seems to be not quite a port, but the computer version from PC. I'm not sure which year. I would assume that would be the same year or a little earlier than it came out on Nintendo 64 and I think PlayStation 1. But I did play a lot of this growing up. I did not have F-Zero on the Nintendo 64. I do have F-Zero GX on the GameCube, and that's a lot of fun. This is just a good solid racing game no matter what. So one of the things the game does not tell you or show you is that while you're at maximum speed, like I am now with this kind of light at the top of the speedometer, you push and hold forward on the left control stick, and now you see this red bar fills up, and while you have the left stick pressed forward or up, you then have to tap and hold your acceleration button. That's how you get the boost. So while you're accelerating, left up, and then tap, accelerate again. So I just wanted to definitely cover that, because a lot of these games, older games especially, there's some additional controls or combination of buttons when you play these games that when they get their modern remakes or are republished or such, a lot of people, unless they played the old ones, they will have no idea. So another thing is when you go across these gaps, hold down on the left stick. That'll kind of help your pod racer hover. And there's other parts in the game where this map, this racetrack, has a different layout, and there's a huge jump that is another place where you will want to hold down or back on the left stick to help your pod racer spend more time in the air. So about the roll, why that's important from the controls. Like in the movie, it allows you to turn the pod racer vertical. Like this. So if there's some narrow sections of the game or such, you can do that. Also, while you have it turned, you can tap the air brakes. That's this sound. And that also helps you take the corners of it better. Another strategy that you can use to quickly get around the corners, other than the slide, which is kind of an advanced technique, it's a little risky, is just to rapidly press the accelerator button while turning. But that's some of the basics I just wanted to help everybody with who's new to this game and just show off this one racetrack from the game. So now we're just going to get into the racing. So when you do have an engine fire, you'll have to press right bumper and hold it, and that will bring up this repair. And you can destroy the engines if you boost too long or if you hit them against a rock or something like that. And this game does get pretty challenging as you go onward in the different races and racetracks. And if the beeping gets so annoying to you, because eventually, if you play this game a lot, you'll be using the boost quite a lot and the engines will be overheating or near overheating a lot, you can turn in the options menu the sound effects completely off. But there we go. That's this third race of the game, and you unlock new racers to play as you come in first place, I think, and complete the future races. So I always liked playing as this current racer. And then if you ever wanted to change your race vehicle, you can go down here to change vehicle. And it's more of your profile is like, I guess, like the racing coach or racing manager. You're not really locked into a specific racer. So if a different racetrack calls for different things, you can just change the pod racer and whichever character operates that one. But this is the one that I usually use whenever I play the game. And I'm sure there's strategies online and people to go over in depth which parts to upgrade with and And you can buy pit droids to help repair your vehicle between races in the tournament championship. There's the junkyard that you can go to find possibly a good deal on a mediocre part, or if you go to buy parts and you have enough of the credits won for placing first, second, or third perhaps, you can not have to buy junk parts. Then there's this upgrade menu here. But this is a really cool game. It was quite technically achieving like many of the LucasArts games were, and a lot of fun. And again, if you just like racing and racing games, I highly recommend checking this one out. Again, if you have games with gold, Xbox Live Gold, it's free for the next 20 something days. So that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it and hope you get to try this one out. Thank you. Bye.